Jody Morgan is suing Tammy Dillard in the amount of $700 for new automobile upholstery after Ms. Morgan says the seats in her car were destroyed when Ms. Dillard urinated on them.
Ms. Morgan, what happened?
All right, well, it was Tammy's birthday, and she called me and she asked me to take her out. And basically what happened is we had a night out at the club, and she peed in my car on the way home, my brand new car. So I'm here today because I want her to learn a lesson, and I want her to have to pay for it.
All right. How is it that you decided to go out together?
Well, she called me. She has been kind of depressed lately, and she called me and she said, you know, can we go out together for my birthday like old times? And so me being a good friend, I was like, you know, sure, why not? So that's how we ended up going out together. And we went to a club, and she started drinking a lot. She had one drink, and she had 3 shots in the first like 30 minutes. And yes, and that's when I had the first shot with her.
Okay, well, shots are drinks, right?
Right. Well, okay, I ordered a drink, and I only drank half of it, okay, because I saw that she was going to start getting out of control. And she was like, please, you know, it's my birthday, do 1 shot. So I did 1 shot. That was it. So half a drink and 1 shot. That is what I drank.
That's what you had. So she kept drinking, Finally what? The bar closes and you leave?
So I finally got her to leave. It was about 1:30, and we're walking out into the parking lot, and she's, you know, hooting and hollering and still, you know, laughing, which that's fine. But these guys were trying to get her to come home with them. And so I finally got her in the car, and I had asked her multiple times, do you have to go to the bathroom? Do you have to go to the bathroom?
And what was her response?
She said no, because she did go right before we left.
All right, so?
So we got in the car, and I said, all right, you got to go. Like, it's time to leave. And we were there. We were in the car for about 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Now, where was she in the car? Was she in the passenger seat? Was she in the back?
She was in the passenger seat.
Anyone else in the car?
No. It was just, it was just
all right,
her.
so the car's going, and
yeah,
then
so
what?
we had not been in the car for more than like 1 minute and 30 seconds before she says she has to go to the bathroom. And I'm like, I just asked you if you needed to go. So I said, can you wait 10 minutes? Because we'll be at the apartment in 10 minutes.
So what did she say?
She said no. She had to go right. She said, no, I have to go right now. She starts whining. And then because I said, just hold it. You know, she's a big girl. Like, just hold it.
Why did you say wait 10 minutes?
Because that's when we were going to get to her apartment. We were not far away at all. And then she starts laughing. And I knew something had happened, considering that she had just been whining before. And then all of a sudden she starts laughing. And I'm like, what is it? And she says, ha, ha, I just christened your brand new car. She peed in the passenger seat. She didn't really have to tell me either, because I could smell it almost right away. And needless to say, I put the windows down, and she is still laughing. She thinks it's so funny. And it wasn't funny at all. This was my brand new car. I took my friend out for her birthday in my brand new car, and she pees in the seat and thinks it's just hilarious. So,
all right, so now you're here in court today because?
Well, because I went the next day, after I dropped her off at her apartment, and the next day I went to have it detailed, and they shampooed the carpet, and they shampooed the seat, and it was $75, and I have the receipt right here.
$75 to what? Clear the urination aroma out of the car and clean it?
To clean it, mm-hmm.
All right. And have you, before you decided to come to court today, did you ask the defendant if she would pay the bill?
Yes, I did.
And what was her response?
That she didn't feel like it was her fault.
And coming.
All right, let's hear from Ms. Dillard. Ms. Dillard, what is your point of view about what happened that night?
Well, first of all, this is the brand new, stuck up, I'm too good to be your friend, Jody. We went out, I did call her and I asked her, you know, it's my birthday, let's go celebrate, let's go do something. So I wanted to go to the east side, a place that I was familiar with, and she wanted to do her usual, control the situation, and she decided to go take us to the west side where there's cops out, there's checkpoints everywhere. And so after we were drinking a little bit, and she was drinking just as much as I was. So
Did she urinate in your car?
No, but if she did, we wouldn't be here because I treat her like
okay, all right. So, but I'm saying, so whether she had a drink or not is really not relevant to this issue before the court today, except that it's relevant in terms of what she may remember. So go ahead.
Well, she wanted to continue going because she didn't want to get stopped by the police. She didn't want to get pulled over and get a DUI or have something on her record or anything.
So what are you saying? That had she stopped when you told her that you needed to go, we would not be here today because you would have gone to the bathroom and you wouldn't have christened her car.
Exactly.
Is that right?
Exactly.
Okay, is that why you don't think you should have to pay for this?
I shouldn't have to pay for it. It's not my fault. I asked her over and over again to stop. And I did go before we left, but I was drinking so much that I had to go again. And I asked her over and over, you know, stop the car. I need to go. I would go in the corner, in the bush, in the bathroom, whatever. I just needed to go.
Like I'm going to let my friend go to the bathroom in a bush on the side of the road.
In any event, how many drinks did you have that night?
I can't really remember. It was more than 5, 6, 7.
More
maybe.
than 5?
Yeah.
Okay, so do you think you were under the influence?
Yeah, I was drunk, but it was my birthday.
Okay, your response, please, Ms. Morgan.
My response to that is, because she's saying, you know, I'm not a good friend because I didn't pull over the car so that she could pee on the side of the road. She was so wasted. Why would I pull over my car so that she could run off into the bushes and me not be able to track her down? Or even worse, her going the opposite way.
Jody,
you were not.
you used to
She was
be
not in
my
control.
Ms. Dillard,
friend.
I can only hear one person at a time, and right now that person is Ms. Morgan.
Thank you. She was not in control of her actions. There's no way that I would let my friend run off into the bushes to go pee when she was not in control of. She was not in control of herself.
All right,
and
that's
even worse,
enough. I think I've heard.
I
think I've heard enough. I think I'm ready to rule.
Judge Allred.
Case where defendant got herself into the position that she was in, which is urinating in the plaintiff's car because you got drunk. And when you got drunk, nobody was holding a gun to your head to say you have to continue drinking. You got drunk because you chose to get drunk. Now, I think when somebody gets drunk, it's foreseeable that they're probably going to end up throwing up, having to go to the bathroom, getting rid of all that liquid. And you got in her car. Yes, you did go before you got into the car, but then you had to go again, and you expected her to stop. Maybe she should have stopped. Maybe she didn't stop. But here's the point. You, Ms. Dillard, are responsible for the consequences of your actions when you got drunk. So you, Ms. Dillard, are going to have to pay the cost of cleaning her car. Judgment for the plaintiff.
All rise.
Judge Allred has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to pay $700.
Well, obviously.